Part 3 of Quadratics. This time we're going to take a look at how to write an equation in standard form when given a vertex and a table. Alright, in this video we're going to take a look at how to write standard form when given a vertex and a table. If you look, the way that you're going to see on your NTI work today, it's going to give you a vertex, and then it's also going to give you a little table of values, which you can use to create points. So if I was to ask you to graph this, you could easily graph these, each of the 5 points, and as you graph, when you draw your graph in, it would curve down from this negative 159. It would curve at 2,5 and then extend back up, and you would get your mirror image. So first off, you get your vertex form, which if you looked at your watched the last video, you would remember that is y equals a times x minus 8 squared plus k. My vertex would come straight from the equation, the opposite of h and k, so I got a -2. The opposite of -2 is +2, but your k would become your y value, and you would have the vertex 2, 5. Second, you got to find a. To find a, you're going to sub your vertex in, and then you're going to pick any point, which can be any of these listed along the table, except for your vertex. It ain't going to do you any good to put your vertex in here. So I pick 111. I want to put 1 in for x, 11 in for y, and then it's just order of operations down, and then I find that a is 6. Third thing that you're going to do is convert to your standard form. You're going to take your vertex form. Now I've got a in. I've already put in my vertex. And from here, you're just going to do order of operation. Your first order of operation is to get rid of your exponent, the 2. You do that by multiplying polynomials. Once you multiply your polynomials together, you can substitute it back in its place, distribute your 6 through, and then add your 5 to the 24, and that's where my final answer, y equals 6x squared minus 24x plus 29 came from. So to work an example together, first I want to get my vertex. So my vertex is at -2, -7. I want to substitute that into my equation. The vertex form, that a times x minus h squared plus k. I want to take and put my -2 in squared plus -7, and then just to tidy this up, you would have a x, 2 negatives make a positive, so plus 2 squared minus 7. All right, next I want to take the equation that I just wrote, that y equals a x plus 2 squared minus 7, and I want to find my a. So I want to pick a point over here. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm just going to pick -1, or actually I'm going to pick -1. So I'm going to put in -12 for y equals a times -1 plus 2 squared minus 7, -12. -1 plus 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I'm left with a minus 7. I'm going to add 7 over, and I get -5 equals a. All right, finally, I want to convert my new equation to standard. So from everything that I found, I want to have y equals negative 5 times x plus 2 squared minus 7. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this x plus 2 and square it. So you're going to have x plus 2 times x plus 2, distribute the x through. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is plus 2x. Then I'm going to take my 2 through. 2 times x is plus 2x. 2 times 2 is plus 4. And then combine your like terms, which is what's in the middle. 2x and 2x is 4x's plus 4. So I want to bring this back over into my equation. Y equals negative 5 x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 7. I want to distribute the 5 to everything in here. Actually a negative 5. So negative 5 times x squared is negative 5 x squared. Negative 5 times a positive 4 is a minus 20 x. Negative 5 times negative 4 or times positive 4 is a negative 20, and the minus 7 hangs out. And then simplify by putting your two like terms together here. Negative 5 x squared minus 20 x, and negative 20 minus 7 more would be a negative 27, and that would be your final answer overall. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like this one. If you didn't subscribe in the last, follow directions algebra class and subscribe this time around. Bye.